Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayowaoye. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this statement sleeve step by step. So hit the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and let's proceed. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today's statement sleeve tutorial is a continuation from my tutorial from the last video, from my last tutorial video. So if you haven't seen that tutorial, please check it out by following the link right on top of your screen right now. So that tutorial contains how to cut and draft like the bodice part of this blouse that we are working on today. So now let's work on the sleeve of the blouse. Now for the sleeve, this is my pattern from the last tutorial. That is the pattern that we arrived at in my last tutorial. So now this is the A part, this is the B part. So now for the sleeve, you can see that we have only one sleeve on the blouse. So and the sleeve is located here and not here. So now you know that we no longer need this B part. We don't longer need anything about this B part for this sleeve. So I'm going to put it aside. So for this, all you need to do for this is to just know the armhole measurement here. So just measure your armhole measurements. Anything you get, write it down. Then you pick up your back also. Remember everything we've done to this. This is my front. Everything we've done to this, you also have to do it to the back. So you measure your armhole for the front and also measure your armhole for the back of this blouse. Then you add the two together. So if your front armhole is 9 inches, for example, and your back armhole is also maybe 9 inches or 9.5, whichever one you get. So let's just say 9. So 9 plus 9, I have 18. So that is the 18 inches is the length of my full armhole. So that 18 inches, I'm not going to multiply it by 3. So you can either multiply it by 2 or you multiply it by 3, depending on how full you want your sleeve to be. So yeah, pretty much. So now for me, I try to multiply it by 2. So it all depends on how much fabric you have and how much volume you want for your sleeve. So whatever you get, it is going to be the full width of this your fabric. So you just cut on your fabric. Now the measurement we just finished calculating, you measure it. That is the width, the full width of this. So the length of the sleeve can be however you want. So it can be 10 inches, it can be 12, 13, 14, 15. It all depends on you. So advisable, just make it, let's start from maybe like 15 inches. So you can just start from 15 inches. That is length. Now once you have that, you're going to cut it on your fabric. So now I'm not going to be using an actual fabric to illustrate this sleeve. I'm using a kind of paper. So it's not really an actual paper, but it's like it has some like thickness to it. So for your own fabric, when you cut on your fabric, just make sure you cut also a stay, maybe a collar stay. Just cut a collar stay that is the same size as your fabric. Then you iron the stay on top or at the wrong side of your fabric. So I hope you got the drift, so that you can have some thickness to your fabric. So pretty much. Now the next thing I'm going to draw is to draw a few boxes. So I'm just going to draw a few boxes on this. So you just draw, if you can use a chalk or a pen, fabric pen, whichever one you have. So just draw on your fabric. So I'm going to, this is one box. This, just draw it randomly. So I'm going to draw another one here. Then maybe draw another one here. And then maybe just draw one more here. So pretty much. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to get my needle and thread. So this is it. So on these boxes, I'm going to come like behind here, or maybe let's just make this place the wrong side there. So I'm going to take my needle and put it into here. Then it's going to come out right here. Once it comes out right here, I'm going to put the needle in here, and then it comes out right here. So let me just do that. So pretty much now you pull So once you are done pulling, so this is what's going to look like on the wrong side. You know, it's a paper, it's already okay, it's not even tearing. So this is what it's going to look like on the wrong side. So you just tie this one up just so that it doesn't, like, the thread doesn't loosen. So yeah, this is tied up. So all I have to do now is to just do the same for all the other boxes. So what I showed you here, I'm going to do it for this box, I'm going to do it for this box also, and then I'm also going to do it for this box. So as many many boxes as you have, you do the sewing for all of the boxes. So guys, because this is paper and it's not a fabric, it's tearing up, so I can't continue like sewing, but you do the same, do what I've explained on your fabric to achieve this like scrunched up effect on the sleeve. So yeah, it's just basically fabric manipulation. So you manipulate the fabric all around, so you achieve the effect that you want. So I'm just going to use my own hand to like just manipulate it myself and tape it down with a paper tip. So I'll pretty much do that now. So at the end of the day, I already like taped it down because it was tearing up. So at the end of the day, this is what your fabric should look like. So you can see the effect here, this is the effect here, and this is the effect here. So as many boxes as you put on your fabric, the more the effect. So the more the boxes you put, the more the effect of this you have on your fabric. So also remember that I mentioned that you should iron it, stay onto the fabric just so that it has some structure, so that it's thick. So yeah, now the next step now will be to start pleating this at the top here. So you start pleating at the top right here. So you pleat to the actual measurements of armhole that we had before. So you know that we measured our front armhole and our back armhole, so we added both together, and for me I had I said I had 18 inches. So I'm going to pleat, then that 18 inches, remember that we multiplied it by, I said you should multiply it by either 2 or 3. So yeah, and that is how we arrived at this really long length. So now you have to now pleat this back to the actual 18 inches. That is the actual curve length of your armhole. So I hope you got the drift of what I just explained. So you pleat this back to 18 inches, or what your own armhole measurement is. So the pleating is really just the normal way of pleating. So you pleat, and then you pleat, and then you keep pleating, so you have your 18 inches. So you have your armhole measurement. So you keep pleating, and then it keeps going and going till you arrive at the last bits. Just going to use a tape to like lay this flat, just so that the pleats don't unravel. So I'm just going to tape it down. So yeah, and so I have it taped down. So this is what that looks like. Now what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do will now be to attach this part here. You attach it to your armhole. So you know, you would have like sewn the front of this and the back also. So you'd have sewn them at the shoulders. You can see what I'm saying. You'd have sewn it at the shoulders. So all you have to do is to just attach this all the way this way, from the front all the way to you get to the back. So I hope you got the drift. So I'm just going to like do this on my mannequins, just so that you can see what everything is going to look like. Now see, this is the full effect. So all I have to do now is to just attach it to my bodice. So pretty much, so there's little sewing, there's very little sewing in this, because I'm not showing you how to sew, I'm just like explaining it. So like I mentioned in my last tutorial, this tutorial is basically about cutting, there's no sewing. So you have to know all the other things you have to do to your sleeve to make sure it comes out neat all by yourself. So pretty much, let me just tell you that after cutting your fabric and attaching and ironing on the collar stay onto it, you need to get another lining and use that to sew the fabric all the way around, so that you have all the edges neat before you do all of these things that I just mentioned. So yeah, now look at this. So all I've done is to just like attach it to the armhole. So this is my miniature, so I've already attached it to the miniature. So this is the front, so this is the actual blouse, the one we worked on last week. So all I did was to just attach it to the sleeve right here. So this is it here. So now just so that this doesn't like it's just flying around. It's not compact the way the one in the picture is. So all you have to do is to just like come right here, this part here, you pleat it, and then you sew it down here. You should have done this before attaching it to your body. So you pleat like this part here, just pleat it down and stitch down here. So I'm just going to use a pin to just like fix this onto my miniature. So this is it fixed onto my miniature. So at this side also I'll do the same also here. So I'll just bring this down, pleat it, and then you stitch down also at the back here. So just use a pin to put this down. So pretty much this completes it. So this is my completed sleeve. So I'm not going to put this up now, just so that you can see what the full look is going to look like. So this is the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming tutorials when I post them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.